On the Monday before Thanksgiving, a short week, we will not be having First 15 on or live call on Friday. Kayla, I didn't know if you knew that. Probably so. Friday is off this week, so we will be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Good morning and welcome. Today, our topic is how to take time off with maximum peace of mind. How to take time off with maximum peace of mind. See, time off. Each year on this Monday or sometimes Tuesday, the week before Thanksgiving, the week of Thanksgiving, I like to share this message with you. And each year as I share this message, I'm so glad that more and more real estate agents follow my coaching and take more time off and better time off. Now I want to share something with you about time off. And sometimes I have these thoughts and I haven't really completely fleshed out this thought. So you can decide if it's true or not. So I'm always honest with you about when a thought is new. So here's the thought. Okay? Time off. People think that they can't afford to take time off, that their business is not at a level, or there's some reason they can't afford to take time off. And they're completely wrong. Because I'm tempted to say that it's when you're not really working hard enough that you don't want to take time off, that you know you could work harder. Because when you're working hard, you get more productive with your time off. Let me repeat that. When you're working hard, you get more productive with your time off. Okay, it's instead of the sacrifice, I haven't taken a week off for 7 years, and then somebody will coach with me, and 6 months later they take a week off, and they go, holy cow, hallelujah, but they've just started working hard and they know they deserve it. So, another interesting phenomena is that when you're not working hard enough, or you feel you're not working hard enough, and you take time off, okay, when you feel you're not working hard enough and you take time off, you would think that that would make you lazier. You'd think that would hurt your business even more. And again, you'd be wrong. Because when you feel you're not working hard enough and you take real time off, it actually makes you work harder and smarter when you get back to work. Okay? Because, can't read my handwriting here. Okay? Because you want to work, you want to have that time off, you want to take that time, you want to enjoy your work in contrast to your time off. Okay? So whether you feel you're working hard or you're not working hard, it is very important, and it will make you more successful when you take sincere time off. Now, what do I mean by sincere time off? Whole day or days when you really don't work. So we'll talk all about that in the next few minutes in this first 15. Before we do, today is Monday, and on Mondays and Wednesdays at 8:30 and 11:30 a.m., we have live coaching calls. When we're on the phone, a whole bunch of us at 8:30, a much smaller group at 11:30. Answering all your questions, talking about the topic of the day, sharing ideas, actually having kind of a good time. So you're welcome to join us on that. So our topic of the day is how to take time off with the greatest peace of mind. And the first thought is you gotta wanna. You have to want to. You gotta wanna. You know, you gotta wanna do something on your day off. You gotta wanna have a life outside of real estate. You gotta wanna go to a movie in the middle of the day. You got to want to go for a run. You got to want to sleep through the day. You got to want to go shopping. You got to want to do something that makes you want to take that time off. You got to want to spend time with your wife, with your kids, reading a book, relaxing, whatever it is. Something you got to want to do so that when you take the time off, you look forward to that day. So here's how you do it. You decide how responsive you're going to be to your phone, your text, and your email. How responsive will you be? You might be very responsive and continue to respond. That's not really a time off. You might say, I'm going to check in at 11 a.m., 3 a.m., and 11 a.m., 3 p.m., and 7 p.m. I'm just not going to answer the phone otherwise. Okay, I'm not going to look at who it's ringing. Now, maybe personal calls you need, so you'll look at your phone, but you're going to get in the habit on your day off of just looking at it and only answering the people who don't. But you might just put the phone down and put a message that says, you know, you're in a workshop all day, you're taking a self-improvement day, you know, Fridays are your self-improvement day, so talk to you on Saturday. Okay? So you decide how responsive you're going to be to your phone, text, and email. Oh my gosh, I'll lose business. I promise you, you will gain much more than you lose. Number 2, choose whether or not you're going to have someone check for priority messages. So you might have somebody else check at 11, at 3 p.m., and at 7 p.m. for any messages of anything pressing. Somebody wants to show your listing, somebody has an offer on your listing, somebody wants to list their house with you. These people they know how to reach you, the person watching, they can reach you if something important comes up, but for the most part, on most days off, you'll be left alone. And then choose 2 days before your before your day or days off. Sorry, there should be an hour there. Choose 2 days before your day or days off to update every pending client and every listed owner. The reason I have service days so that you literally check in with every listed owner and every pending client on Thursday is so that you can handle whatever problems there are the rest of the day, Thursday and Friday, and then have greater peace of mind going into the weekend. So choose 2 days before your day or days off to update every pending client, every listed owner, and you'll create your own systems, okay, like this one or this one, that will give you the greatest freedom to take your time off. You see, and I may repeat this a few times today, life is limited. Life is limited. Whether you live to whatever, 120, life is limited, but there is no limit to the joy that you can experience each day that you're alive. Now I know sometimes, unfortunately, there's pain that can't be forgotten. Maybe the pain of a loss of someone, of an injury, maybe pain of your business, maybe sometimes there's pain that just can't be forgotten. And it's easier to work to keep your mind occupied than to take the days off and let your mind deal with that. But on those days off, even for a short time, make the effort to find joy, find something to focus on, find hope, perhaps find a connection that makes the pain tolerable, even life enjoyable, even if it's only for moments. You know, sometimes unfortunately there's pain, but you really do want to find ways to deal with the pain in a way that allows you to be with yourself. Now, for the vast majority, the pain we have is forgettable. You lost a deal. You know, whatever. Man, I have a client who's so far below broke, he looks up at broke and can't even see daylight, okay? Now, he's got a nice business growing, but he is really, 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 really in debt broke, borrowing money. But he just started coaching me. He has so much income coming in the future. It's just that he's selling a type of real estate that will come, that the income will come later. So for a vast majority, the pain's forgettable. For him, it's not very forgettable, but he learns to work to forget it. For many of us, for the vast majority, the pain's forgettable. It's lost deals. It's something that, man, we'll get past, and we'll get past probably fairly quickly in the scheme of things. So work to learn to forget, particularly forgettable pain, to enjoy time and enjoy life and enjoy your days off. Because life is limited, but there's no limit to the joy you can experience each day that you're alive. This woman is doing what's called a dynamo, a dynamic move, where she jumps off the rock and reaches up to a handhold, and by the look on her face, she's made the handhold. And she's going to climb up from there. It takes a lot of talent, a lot of strength, and a fair amount of courage. Life is limited, but there's no limit. Life is limited, but there's no limit to the joy you can experience each day when you're alive. When I was early on in the business, my kids were this age, days off were easy because it's so easy to focus on them. Now, it may not be for you. Your kids may not be a way that catches your focus. For me, it happened to be. So how do you take a week off? So before we talk about how to take a week off, answer the following questions. Think, if you had a week off at home, the operational words there are at home. If you had a week off at home with no phone calls, no business emails, no business texts, no business, not that you're out of business, just so you're not doing business, what would you like to do most at home? Sleep later, clean something, fix something, day trip somewhere, exercise, shop, cook something, read, spend time with someone or someones, plant and garden. And if you had that type of time off, on what dates would you like to do that? Pick a day, at least one day right now. Maybe it's going to be this long weekend coming up, when, man, it is like no business. Turn it off and do whatever it is you please. And if you have to go away to do that, go away to do it. Even if it's just to a local, bed and breakfast. Take the time for yourself. And think, if you had a week off and you were going to travel by car and spend the week with no phone calls, no business emails, no texts, no business. In a week, where would you most like to go? What would you like to do there? Who would you go with? And when would you take that week? Think about when you could possibly take that week. Maybe the week around Christmas and New Year's. When would be that week? And I hope you've already scheduled it and you're taking it. And I'm not talking about to a convention. I'm talking about really time for you. And then think, if you had a week off and you were going to travel by plane, not at home and not by car, but by plane, and spend the week with no phones and no phone calls and no business and no emails and no texts, where would you most like to go by plane? And what would you like to do when you get there? And really make notes of this. When I give you these exercises, have some fun with them. Play. Because as you play, just like taking the time off, your business gets better. You're letting go of the business, letting go of limitations, letting go of restrictions on your mind, and instead letting your mind be creative, letting your mind be childlike. And with childlikeness, not childishness, but childlikeness, new things happen. You discover things. You learn. Because when we're in that state, we were constantly learning. So what would you most like to do when you get there by plane? Who would you like to go with? And let's just for fun pick the week that you might do that. So here's a challenge for you. Whether it's a week at home, or whether it's drive distance, or it's flight distance, choose one. And by the end of this weekend, by the end of the Thanksgiving weekend, plan that trip. Plan that week off. Whether you're working hard and you feel like, man, I can't afford the week off, plan it off and watch what happens. Or you're not working hard enough and you feel like I can't afford to take the week off, plan it off and watch what happens. Because in both cases, you will find that you will work harder when you return. The statistics that I made up that I'd like to share with you are that if you work 7 days a week continuously, 14 days, 21 days, 28 days, 35 days, etc., you work at about 50 or 60% effectiveness. But when you take a day off each week, when you take a week off once or twice a year, you move your effectiveness up to 70 or 80 or higher percent, which will make you a lot more successful and a lot happier than working constantly with less, tapping into less of your potential. So life is limited, but there's no limit to the joy that you can experience each day that you are alive. And if you need courage, this is my favorite affirmation. It's from Anthony Robbins. I will lead, not follow. I will believe, not doubt. I will create, not destroy. I am a force for good. I am a leader. I defy the odds. I set a new standard, and I step up. And on that note, if you haven't enrolled in the Real Estate Grad School Business Planning course, we had the first session last Thursday, the next session tomorrow. It seems extraordinary by the responses I'm getting from the people enrolled in it. If you're a coaching client, it is free. If you're not a coaching client, it is $99. We had the last session last Thursday. We have a session tomorrow. Then on 3 consecutive Thursdays and the Tuesday before Christmas, if you're missing the sessions, they're all recorded. There's a phenomenal workbook that takes you right through it. Again, it's free to coaching clients. If you're not enrolled, you'd like to get enrolled, just call us or email us. We'll hook you up. And I promise you a stronger 2015, much stronger, if you follow even some or most of the things that you do. So that's $99 for non-coaching clients. Or if you want to become a coaching client, for $148, you can register for coaching and have the course as part of that coaching agreement. And if you're not a coaching client, because on Mondays, we open the calls up to everyone, please join us. We have the most comprehensive, cost-effective coaching on earth, and we're now right in the middle of dramatically improving everything we do with a new website and a new set of players on our team. So hug the ones you love, make a great day, make a sale, and recipe for success today, plan time off, commit to it, and plan sometime in the near future a real week off and watch what it does for your business and for your life. Hug the ones you love, make a great day. Hey, make a sale this Thanksgiving week. And if you're visiting us and just here for the day, because Mondays are non-coaching clients, hope to have you back next Monday. Hug the ones you love, make a great day.